You stop doing that! This is our house and this is our cellar! You can't do that!
Please, go back upstairs!
All right, Martha! Go upstairs!
There's no use in your doing what you're doing because it'll just have to be undone. I'm telling you, you better stop it right now! All right, you'll find out. You'll find out whose house this is. I'm warning you! You better stop it! Hasn't Mortimer come back yet? No! It's a terrible thing to do to marry a good Methodist with a foreigner! I will not have our cellar desecrated! And we promised Mr. Hoskins a full Christian funeral! Where do you suppose Mortimer went? I don't know, but he must be doing something, because before he left, he said to Jonathan, "You just wait, I'll settle this." Well, he can't very well settle it while he's out of the house! That's all he wants settled, what's going on down there!
All right, now where's Ted?
Mortimer, where have you been?
I've been over to Dr. Gilchrist's. I've got his signature on Teddy's commitment papers.
Mortimer, what's the matter with you? Running around getting papers signed at a time like this! Do you know what Jonathan is doing? He's putting Mr. Hoskins and Mr. Spinaldo in together!
Oh, he is he? Well, let him. Is Teddy in his room?
Teddy won't be any help.
When he signs these commitment papers, I can tackle Jonathan.
I don't see what they have to do with it.
You had to go and tell Jonathan about those 12 graves in the cellar. If I can make Teddy responsible for those, I can protect you, don't you see?
No, I don't see. We pay taxes to have the police protect us.
I'll be back down in a minute.
Well, come, Martha, we're going for the police.
All right, the police. You can't go for the police.
Why can't we?
Because if you tell the police about Mr. Spinelzo, they'll find Mr. Hoskins, and that might make them curious, and then they'd find out about your other 12 gentlemen.
Mortimer, we know the police very well, and I don't think they'd pry into our private affairs if we asked them not to.
But if they found your 12 gentlemen, they'd have to report to headquarters.
I don't think they'd bother. They'd have to make out a very long report, and if it's one thing a policeman hates to do, it's to write.
You can't depend on that. It might leak out, and you couldn't expect a judge and jury to understand.
Oh, Judge Coleman would.
We know him very well.
He always comes to church to pray, just before election.
And he's promised to come to tea one day, too.
Abby, we must talk to him about that. His wife died a few years ago, and it's left him awfully lonely.
We'll come, Martha.
No, you can't do this. I won't let you. You can't leave this house, and you can't have Judge Coleman to tea.
Mortimer, if you're not going to do something about Mr. Spinoza, we are!
I am going to do something. We may have to call the police in later, but if we do, I want to be ready for them.
You have got to get Jonathan out of this house, and Mr. Spinoza, too!
Will you let me do this my own way? I've got to see Teddy.
Mortimer, if they're not out of this house by morning, we're going for the police.
They'll be out, I promise you that. Go to bed, will you? And for goodness sake, get out of those clothes. You look like Judith Anderson.
Well, that's really, isn't it, Abby?
Yes, if Jonathan's going to be leaving at last, it just means he's going through a lot of unnecessary trouble. Well, we should tell him, Jonathan, you can stop what you're doing.
It's already done.
Well, then it'll just have to be undone. You're going to be out of this house by morning. Mortimer's promised.
Then Mortimer is back.
Yes, he's up here talking to Teddy.
And you two can go up to bed.
Yes, come, Abby.
Good night.
No, Jonathan, not good night. Goodbye. By the time we get up tomorrow morning, you're going to be gone. Mortimer's promised.
And he has a way of doing it, too.
Then Mortimer is back.
Yes.
Goodbye, Jonathan.
Perhaps you better say goodbye to Mortimer.
Oh, you will see, Mortimer.
I'll see Mortimer.
All right. Well, it's all fixed up. Smooth like a lick. Nobody would ever know he was down there. Oh, I can feel that bed already. 48 hours he went without any sleep. Come on, Tony, let's go to
You're forgetting, Doctor.
What?
My dear brother, Mortimer.
Oh, Johnny, we do that tonight? How about tomorrow or the next day?
No! Tonight!
Oh,
Now!
but Johnny, I'm tired, and I have to operate tomorrow.
That's right, you're operating tomorrow, but tonight we take care of Mortimer.
Oh, Johnny, please, not tonight.
Look at me, Doctor. Can't you see what's going to be done?
I can see. I know that look.
I think it's a little late to dissolve our partnership.
Okay, but Johnny, please, the quick way, the quick twist, like in London.
No, Doctor. We had to work too fast while we were in London. I think this calls for something special. I think perhaps The Melbourne method.
Oh, Johnny, not the Melbourne method. 2 hours. And for what? The fella in Melbourne was just as dead as the fella in London.
There was no aesthetic satisfaction in London, but in Melbourne, there was something to remember.
Oh, remember? I wish I didn't. Not Johnny, not Melbourne, not me.
Get your instruments.
I won't talk, Johnny.
You hid them where?
I won't tell you.
Ha! The cellar. I'll find them, Doctor.
Don't do that, Mr. President.
I cannot sign any proclamation without consulting my cabinet.
But this must be a secret.
A secret proclamation? How unusual.
Japan mustn't know until it's signed.
Japan! Those devils! I'll sign it right away. You have my word for it. I can let the cabinet know later.
Yes, let's go and sign it.
You wait here. A secret proclamation must be signed in secret.
But at once, Mr. President.
I'll have to put my signing clothes on.
Oh, you go now, eh?
No, Doctor, I'm waiting for something. Something important.
Please, you go now.
Listen, Doctor, I have nothing against you personally. You seem like a nice lady. But take my advice and get out of this house and get just as far away as possible.
Trouble, yeah, you get out.
All right, don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm warning you. Get away quick.
Things are going to start popping around here any minute.
Oh, no! Oh, listen, Mortimer. Johnny's in a bad mood. When he's like this, things could happen. Terrible things.
Jonathan doesn't worry me now.
Akiba! Don't those plays teach you anything?
About what?
So at least the people in plays act like they got some common sense. That's more than you do.
Oh, you think people in plays act intelligently, do you? I wish you had to sit through some of the ones I have to sit through. Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. In this play, there's a man. He's supposed to be bright. He knows he's in a house of murderers. He ought to know he's in danger. He's even been warned to get out of the house, but does he go? No. He stays there. Now I ask you, Doctor, is this what an intelligent person would do?
You're asking me?
He didn't even have sense enough to be frightened, to be on guard. For instance, the murderer invites him to sit down.
You mean like, won't you sit down?
Believe it or not, that one was in there too.
And what did he do?
He sat down. Now, mind you, this fellow's supposed to be bright. There he sits, just waiting to be trussed up. And what do you think they used to tie him with?
What?
The curtain cord.
Oh, what a good idea. Very convenient.
A little too convenient. When are playwrights going to use some imagination? The curtain cord?
Well, did he see him get it?
See him. He sat there with his back to him. That's the kind of stuff we have to suffer through night after night. And they say the critics are killing the theater. It's the playwrights who are killing the theater. There he sits, the big dope. This fellow who's supposed to be bright, just waiting to be trussed up and gagged.
All right, Johnny, tie him up quick. Sit still, Mortimer, it won't hurt so much. Hey. Stop kicking. All right, Johnny, you ready? Here we go. You were right about that fella. He wasn't very bright.
No. If you don't mind, we'll finish the story. For 20 years I've been gone, Mortimer, and not once have you ever left my mind. Why? While in Melbourne, I had a strange dream of you. And then, when I landed in San Francisco, I had the strangest satisfaction knowing that you and I were in the same country again. Now, Doctor, we get to work.
Please, Johnny, for me. To quick way.
No! Doctor, this must be an artistic achievement. After all, we are performing in front of a very distinguished critic.
Johnny!
Doctor!
All right, let's get this over with.
Here you go, Doctor.
I need a drink! I'm sorry, Johnny. I need a drink.
Doctor, get a hold of yourself!
Johnny, I need a drink! When we walked in here this afternoon, there was wine, remember? Now, where did she put it? Oh, there it is.
Well, it is Mortimer who brought us here. Doctor, to my dear dead brother. You idiot! He's nuts! He goes nuts! He's nuts! He's nuts! He's nuts!
No, that is where I stop. Not Teddy.
We'll get to him later.
We will not get to him at all.
No, we have to work fast.
Oh, the quickly.
Yes, that's the quick way.
Hey, the Colonel has got to stop blowing that horn.
It'll never happen again, we promise.
There is going to be a price to pay in the morning. We promised the neighbors he wouldn't do that anymore.
We'll take the bugle away from him, we swear.
I better speak to myself. Where are the lights? Hey, you stood me up. I waited an hour at Kelly's for you. What happened to him?
No, he was explaining a play he saw tonight. That's what happened to the fella in the play.
Did that happen in the play you saw tonight? Gee, they practically stole that from the second act of my play. Why, in the second act, just before I better begin at the beginning. It opens in my mother's dressing room, where I was born, only I haven't been born yet. Huh? Oh. No, you have to hear the rest of the play. So she's sitting there, making up, see? When, all of a sudden, through the door, a man with a black mustache comes in, turns to my mother, and says, "Miss Latour, will you marry me?" Only, he doesn't know she's pregnant. There she is, lying unconscious across the table in her lingerie, and the man is standing over her with a hatchet, and I'm tied up in a chair, just like you are, when the place is in infernal flames. It's on fire, when all of a sudden, through the window, in comes Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg?
Hey, go easy on that. Remember who paid for it.
Well, I'm listening, ain't I?
How do you like it so far?
Well, it put Johnny to sleep.
Leave him alone. If he ain't got no more interest, then he don't get a drink. All right, it's 3 days later. I've been transferred, and I'm under charges. That's because somebody stole my badge. So I'm walking my beat on Ocean Drive in South Beach when the guy I'm following, it turns out, is really following me. Don't let anybody in. So I figure, well, it's Spartan. There's a vacant house on the corner. I go in.
It's cops! Oh, it's cops!
I stand there in the dark, and I hear the door handle turn.
Johnny, it's cops! It's cops!
I pulls out my guns, brace myself against the wall, and I says, "Come in." Oh, hey ladies.
Oh, what the heck is going on here?
Oh, hey Sabrina. This is Mortimer Brewster. We're just writing a play together. I'm just telling him the story.
Did you have to tie him up and make him listen? Yeah, Jill, you better report in at the station. The whole force is out looking for you.
Did they send you here for me?
No, because we didn't know you were here. No, we came to warn the old ladies that there is going to be a price to pay. The colonel blew that bugle again in the middle of the night.
From the neighbor has been calling me about it, you'd think the Cuban had to drop a bomb on the 5th.
Yeah, the lieutenant's on the warpath. She says the colonel's got to be put away someplace.
Yes, yes.
Oh, gee, Mr. Brewster, I gotta get away, so I'll just run to the third act quickly.
Get away from me.
Say, do you know what time it is? It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, gee, Mr. Brewster. Them first facts run a little long, but I don't see anything we can possibly leave out.
You can leave it all out.
Who the heck is that guy?
That's my brother.
The one that ran away. Oh, so he came back.
Yes, he came back.
This is Brophy. Get me Charlie. I better let them know we found you, Jim. Yeah, Charlie, you can tell the lieutenant to call off the big manhunt. We got her in the Brewster house. Do you want us to hold her here? Okay, we'll bring her over. The lieutenant's on her way over.
Huh? Oh, so I've been turned in, eh? Well, you've got me. I suppose that stupid brother of mine who wants to split the whole world. I guess I'll do some hanging now. You think my answers are sweet? Coming of ladies? Well, I got 13 bodies buried in the cellar!
What the heck are you talking about?
You better be careful about what you say about your aunts. They happen to be friends of ours.
13 bodies. I'll show you where they're buried.
Wait a minute.
Come with me. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you.
Oh, yeah?
Don't you want to see what's in the cellar?
Go down the south from Gully.
Oh, I don't know if I want to be down in the cellar with him. Look at his face! Oh, I look like Alice.
What in the heck are you two doing here? I told you I was going to handle the situation. Oh, what happened? Did he put up a little fight for you?
Oh, hey, this is not the guy that blows the bugle. This is his brother. He tried to kill mine.
All I said was he looked like an Alice Cooper.
Turn him over. We kind of think he's wanted somewhere.
Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere? Well, if you two didn't look at the circulars we hang up at the station, then at least you could read True Detective. Of course he's wanted. In Indiana. He escaped from the prison for the criminal insane. And for goodness sakes, he was described that he looked like Alice Cooper.
Was there a rumor mentioned?
Yeah, and I'm claiming it.
Ow. He was trying to get us to go down in the cellar with him.
He said there were 13 bodies buried down there.
13 bodies in the cellar. And that didn't tip you off that he came out of the nut house?
I thought all along he talked kind of crazy.
Oh, it's Shakespeare. And where have you been all night? Not bothering to tell me.
I've been right here, man, writing a play with Mortimer Brewster.
Oh, well, isn't that nice? Well, you're going to have plenty of time to write that play. You're suspended. Get out of here. Guys, stop.
Can I throw some over sometime and use the station typewriter?
No, get out of here. Guys, stop it. Take that guy somewhere and bring him too, and see what you can find out about his accomplice. The girl that helped him escape. She's wanted too. No wonder Miami's in the shape it's in, with the police force a bunch of flatheads like you guys, falling for the kind of story of 13 bodies in the cellar.
But there are 13 bodies in the cellar.
Who are you?
Well, I'm President Roosevelt.
What is this?
This is the guy that blows the bugle.
Good morning, Colonel. Well, Colonel, you've blown your last bugle.
Dear me. Another yellow fever victim?
What?
All the bodies in the cellar are yellow fever victims.
And no, Colonel, this is a spy that we caught in the White House.
Will you get this guy out of here?
Is this any questioning of spies? That's my house.
You stay out of this.
You're forgetting. As president, I am also head of the Secret Service.
Captain, I'm Mortimer Brewster.
Are you sure?
I've come to talk to you about my brother, Teddy, the one who blew the bugle.
And Mr. Brewster, we ain't gonna talk about this. He has to be put away.
I quite agree with you. In fact, it's all arranged for. I had his commitment papers signed by Dr. Gilchrist, our family physician. Teddy signed them himself, you see, and I've signed them as next of kin.
Where's he going?
Happy Dale?
Well, I don't care where he goes, just as long as he goes.
Oh, he's going all right, but I want you to know that everything that's happened around here, Teddy's responsible for. Now, those 13 bodies in the cellar.
Oh, yeah, those 13 bodies in the cellar. You know, it ain't enough that your brother's been blowing his bugle and the neighbors are all afraid of him. But can you imagine if this cockeyed story about 13 bodies had got in the cellar? And now, he's starting a yellow fever scare. Cute, ain't it?
13 bodies. Do you think anybody would believe that?
Well, you don't know what to believe sometimes. I mean, some people are just dumb enough. You know, last year, a crazy guy starts a murder rumor over in Miami Springs, and I had to dig up a half-acre lot just to prove that there was
Will you
no...
excuse me?
Good morning, Mortimer.
Good morning, dear.
This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's come to meet Teddy.
To meet Teddy?
Mr. Witherspoon's the superintendent at Happydale.
Oh, come right in. This is Captain...
Lieutenant Rooney, I'm glad you're here, Super, because you're taking him back with you today.
Oh, no, not today.
Elaine, I've got a lot of very important business to attend to, so if you'll run along home, I'll call you up.
Nuts!
I had no idea of this immediate.
The papers are all signed. He's going today.
Complete insubordination. You men will find out that I'm no mollycoddle. When the President of the United States is treated like that, what's this country coming to?
There's your man, Super.
Just a minute. Mr. President, I have very good news for you. Your term of office is over.
Is this March the 4th?
Practically.
Let's see. Oh! Now I go on my hunting trip to Africa. I shall prepare immediately. Is he trying to move into the White House before I've moved out?
Who, Teddy?
Taft!
This isn't Mr. Taft, Teddy. This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's to be your guide in Africa.
Bully! Just bully! I'll bring down the equipment. When the safari comes, tell them to wait. Goodbye, Aunt Abby. Goodbye, Aunt Martha. I'm on my way to Africa. Isn't it wonderful? George!
Good morning, darlings.
Oh, we have visitors.
Yes, this is Lieutenant Rooney.
Oh, Lieutenant, how do you do? Now, you certainly don't look like the fuss budget the policemen always say you are.
Why, the lieutenant is here. You know, Teddy blew his bugle last night.
Oh, yes, we're going to speak to him about that.
I'm afraid it's a bit more serious than that, Miss Brewster.
And you haven't met Mr. Witherspoon. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
How do you do, Mr. Witherspoon? You've come to meet Teddy?
He's come to take Teddy.
Darlings, the police want Teddy to go there today.
Oh, no, not while we're alive.
I'm sorry, ladies. The papers are all signed, and he's going along with the superintendent.
We won't permit it, and we'll promise to take the bugle away from him. We will not be separated from Teddy.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, ladies, but the law is the law. He's committed himself, and he's going.
Well, if he goes, we're going. You'll have to take us with him.
Well, why not?
Well, that's sweet of them to want, but we can't take sane people at Happydale.
Mr. Witherspoon, if you let us live there with Teddy, we'll make sure that Happydale is in our will, and for a very generous amount.
Well, Lord knows we could use the money.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's be sensible about this. For instance, here I am, wasting my morning when there's serious work to be done. Do you know there are still murders to be solved in Miami?
Yes. Oh, are there?
You know, it ain't enough that your nephew's been blowing his bugle, and the neighbors are all afraid of him. But sooner or later, you'll be put to the trouble of digging up your cellar.
Our cellar?
Yeah, your nephew's been telling around that there are 13 bodies in your cellar.
But there are 13 bodies in our cellar.
Why, if that's why you think Teddy needs to go tonight, then come down and we'll prove it to you.
There's one Mr. Spinozzo who doesn't belong and who will have to go, but the other 12 are our
I don't
gentlemen.
think the lieutenant wants to go down in the cellar. She was just telling me that only last year she had to take up a half-acre lot, weren't you, Lieutenant?
That's right.
But you wouldn't have to dig here. The graves are all marked, and we put flowers on them every Sunday.
Flowers. Superintendent, are you sure we can't find room for these ladies?
Well,
Will you just come downstairs and we'll show you the graves?
No, it's okay. I'm a busy woman. How about it, Super?
they'd have to be committed.
Teddy committed himself. Can't they commit themselves? Can't they sign the papers?
Certainly.
Well, if we can live there with Teddy, we'll sign the papers. Where are they?
Yes, where are they?
He's coming around, Lieutenant.
Oh, good morning, Miss Klein.
Good morning, Miss Klein. Are you here too?
Rufine and me have got your other nephew in the kitchen.
Well, sign him up, Superintendent. I want to get this all cleaned up. 13 bodies.
You'll just sign right here.
And you here, Aunt Martha?
I'm really quite happy to be going. The neighborhood has changed, so
Just think of further on again.
Oh, we're overlooking something.
What?
We're going to need the signature of the doctor.
Oh, Dr. Einstein, won't you come over here a minute? We'd like you to sign some papers.
Please, I must...
Oh, just come right over, Doctor. Why, just last night, I thought the doctor was going to operate on me. Just sign right here, Doctor.
where are you leaving, Doctor?
I think I must go.
Aren't you going to wait for Jonathan?
I do not think we are going to the same place.
Hello, Elaine. Nice to see you.
Hello, Charlie Rooney. We picked up that guy that's wanted in Indiana, and there's a description of his accomplice on the desk. Read it to me. 5'9", 140 pounds, green eyes, and talks with a German accent, and poses as a doctor. Thanks, Charlie.
No worries, Lieutenant. The doctor has just finished up the signatures.
Thanks, Doc. You're really doing Miami a service.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Mr. Brewster, you sign now as next of kin.
Of course, right here.
That's fine.
And this makes everything complete. Everything legal?
Of course.
Well, aunties, now you're safe.
When do you think you'll be ready to start?
Mr. Witherspoon, why don't you go upstairs and tell Teddy just what he can bring along?
Upstairs.
I'll show you.
No, Mortimer, you stay here. We want to talk to you. Yes, Mr. Witherspoon, it's just upstairs and on the left.
Well, Mortimer, now that we're moving, this house really is yours.
Yes, we want you to live here now.
No, Aunt Tabby, this house is too full of memories.
But you'll need a place to live when you and Elaine are married.
Darlings, that's very indefinite.
It's nothing of the kind. We're going to be married right away.
Mortimer, we're really very worried about something.
I'm sure you are going to love it at Happydale.
Oh, yes, we're very excited about the whole thing. That's just it. We don't want anything to go wrong.
Will they investigate those signatures?
Don't worry, they're not going to look up Dr. Einstein.
Oh, no, dear. It's not her signature. It's yours.
You see, you signed as next of kin.
Of course, why not?
Well, it's something we never really wanted to tell you. But now you're a man, and it's something Elaine should know, too.
You're not really a Brewster.
What?
You see, your mother came to us as a cook, and you were born about 3 months afterwards. But she was such a nice lady and a good cook, too, and we did not want to lose her. So, brother married her.
You mean I'm not really a Brewster?
Now, don't feel so badly about it, dear. And Elaine, it won't make a difference to you.
Elaine, did you hear? Do you understand? I'm illegitimate.
I better see about breakfast. Mortimer's coming over to my house. Father's gone to Philadelphia, and Mortimer and I are going to have breakfast together.
I'm going to need some coffee. I've had quite a night.
Well, in that case, I should think you'd want to get to bed.
I do.
One moment, Witherspoon. Take this with you.
We won't need the wagon. My car's out front.
Oh, Jonathan, you're leaving.
Yes, he's going back to Indiana. There are some people who would love to take care of him for the rest of his life. Come on.
Well, Jonathan, it's nice to know you have a place to go.
We're leaving, too.
Yes, we're going to Happydale.
This house has seen the last of the Brewsters.
Not unless Mortimer wants to live here.
I've got an idea. Why don't you turn this property over to the church?
Well, we never thought of that.
After all, it should be part of the cemetery.
Hey, let's get going. I'm a busy woman.
Well, goodbye, aunties. I can't better my record, but neither can you. At least I have this satisfaction. The score stands even. 12 to 12. 12 to 12. 12 to 12. 12 to 12.
Jonathan always was such a mean little boy. He could never stand to see anyone else get ahead of him.
I wish there was a way we could show him he was not so smart. Mr. Witherspoon, does your family live with you at Happydale?
I have no family.
Oh, well, I'm sure you consider everyone at Happydale your family.
I'm afraid you don't quite understand. As head of the institution, I have to stay quite aloof.
But that must make it very lonely for you.
It does. But my duty is my duty.
Well, Martha, if Mr. Witherspoon can't join us for breakfast, I think we should at least offer him a glass of our elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine?
We make it ourselves.
Why, yes. Of course, at Happydale, our relationship will have to be more formal. But here, you don't see much elderberry wine nowadays. Thought I'd had my last glass of it.
Oh, no!
No, here it is.